Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Jacksonville. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
48 for Mike. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Brissett looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Ready. Blue ready. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here it comes. Here it comes. Hey, watch it.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Travel. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught. Inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 81 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Fielded about a yard deep. Stiff-armed him. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Brissett. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone.
Let's go, let's go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
A good pickup there, a 22. Jameis now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. It's complete to Robinson. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Watch the out, watch the out. Back. Green, triple team.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On 1st down, they'll start out with Mack. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now a run with Mack. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Brissett. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he is going to lose yardage here. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Brissett sets to throw it. He's got it to Hilton. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, here's Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the side.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked off by Malik Hooker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On the ground, it's Mack. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ready? Shift, shift. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Watch the shift. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert right.
Here's Mack. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 15-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is taken at the 3. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Shift. Watch the shift. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Get him on. Rest.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Green, triple T.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. He finds Robinson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 16 yards, a first down.
It's a gain of 6
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Lucky. 49, check 49, check.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. From the gun, Winston. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Winston now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field. Good work, boys. Let's go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. That's going to be caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Wait. Check. 22, check. Over. 22.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette taking it in. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the second try.
We got this.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Jameis now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston. He completes it to Westbrook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Winston now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And it's 21-3. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Get ready.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Green, triple C. 80 weapons. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I smell.
Jameis to throw it. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Jameis again. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they open the lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Right at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
It's just me and you.
They'll go again here with Mack. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run with Mack. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intent on opening week.
Right there, 56. Defense wins championships, baby.
From the 41, Brissett. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he connects with Ebron.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20. Brissett. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third at about 7 left.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Let's get it. Ready? You ready? Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the slant. Flip it, flip it, flip it.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there. And just to clarify, it is not 4th down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
You don't know no better.
Now Brissett. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Brissett. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Brissett now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Marlon Mack. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Brissett now. Complete to Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot.
And it's a fumble. And the Jags grab it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will extend this big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line. Out of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Lewis. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Colts.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Lewis operating from the gun. Ebron's got it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Powerful running. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5.
Ready?
Now this time he'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. The opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way. But you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
He was brought down by Malik Collins. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
We own them. We own them. Hey, switch gears. Let's go. Let's convert. Let's convert. Let's convert.
On third down, Winston. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Lewis. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Lewis. Throw left side complete. It's Hall. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. 56. You. Big grip.
Back to throw. Lewis. Wide open receiver complete. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Looking to throw. Lewis. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
And the catch made by Hilton. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time. Looking to run with Mack. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Well, it was the big run that got him down into position, and then they finish it off one play later with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, and they've got them really thinking to themselves, after that big run, they're probably going to come back and hit us again with the same thing or something similar. Instead, they go to the air, and it's a touchdown that way.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken very short. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for Jacksonville, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.